Hey guys, welcome back to Casks-n-Que, where whiskey and barbecue meet. I'm your host, Justin Lloyd. I have with me my good friend Henry Turner.
Hello.
And today we're going to review
A. Smith Bowman 2024 Cask Strength release, batch 3.
Henry, you want to tell us how you got this bottle?
Yes, I will. To give you a little backstory on this one is this is the third release of the A. Smith Bowman Cask Strength. The first one was, I think, done 3 years ago, and that was 141 proof. The second release was done 2 years ago, like last year, of course. Of course, it'd be 2 years ago now in 2025. And that one was 144 proof. Batch 3 was actually released to some states. This is the first one that's not a distillery only or lottery release. And it's 135 proof. And just to give you a little information about it, I read this online on an article, and they were talking about how everybody thinks that Bowman Brothers is actually a blend of two different mash bills from Buffalo Trace. That is incorrect. It is actually its own unique recipe, and the truth of the matter is that they take that recipe and they double distill it. They run it through the column still once, then run it through it again. What this does is actually makes it a more pure grain alcohol for the specific white dog that's coming out, and also can drive up the proof a little bit. And this came from the master distiller, which his name was Brian Pruitt, and this was shot on Bourbon Pursuit episode 244.
So that's interesting to me. I was in the camp of thinking that A. Smith Bowman was actually like a white labeled Buffalo Trace product. That's what I thought the whole time. Like they just put their name, slap their name on a Buffalo Trace product is what I thought. But that's totally incorrect.
No, and trust you me, this bottle is extremely hard to find. I've tried to go through the lotteries, and of course you might get lucky. They might do a little release at the distillery, but it was lucky enough to be sold in Tennessee, and one of my friends was in one of the loyalty releases, and she got this for me on her last selection.
So A. Smith Bowman was actually the guy that started the distillery in Virginia, and kind of got it up and going, and now the juice really, it's from Buffalo Trace.
Yes, they're the ones that actually distill it for the Bowman brothers, but then when it goes over there, it's still, like I said, it's the proprietary recipe, and it's just double distilled to make that high wine recipe.
Yep. Cool. Well, let's get into it. So this one has a little bit of a lighter color. I would almost call that copper.
It is, and more than likely with the other ones that we've had, this one's close to what we've had earlier today, but it does have a little bit lighter. But I would say it's the most true bourbon color that I think we've seen today.
Yeah, this one's got a lot of viscosity to it. I see the legs running down the glass there. So
nice thick one.
Yep. All right. Well, let's nose it, taste it, and talk about it. Ooh.
Now I will tell you, like I want to talk a little bit about it to let you nose it first. This is a 9-year-old 135 proof on it. And when I jump into this one, we've had a couple other pours today, and I would say this one's got a little bit more of the ethanol and alcohol punch jumping out of the glass for me. That's the first thing that I noticed.
Really?
But I will tell you the next thing that comes across is that Buffalo Trace sweet grape note.
Yeah. Butterscotch. Kool-Aid, the grape Kool-Aid.
Yep.
Vanilla.
Yeah.
I think oak in the distant. I don't get any floral notes.
No, none of that.
Nothing herbal. No leather, really. This is really primarily what I'm picking up. Yeah.
Boy, it is thick though, isn't it? Good God.
Yeah, really oily, for sure.
All right, is this your first time trying Bowman Brothers?
It is.
This is going to be fun. Let's get into it.
Oh, wow. That is fantastic.
Today is a delight. No. I'm talking about the first thing I get is just sweet, like butter and sugar. I don't know why that's kind of the note.
That's exactly what I get. Yeah, is warm butter and sugar and brown sugar.
Yeah, just those two together, and then it rolls into that nice hefty spice, and the darker notes like the brown sugars, your molasses, whatever, caramel you want to call it.
I will say it's spicy.
Yeah.
But it's got that perfect blend of that warm butter to offset that spiciness.
Man, and you're talking about like the proof just pleasant on this. I was a little bit concerned about that having a little punch on it, but at 135, they've done this extremely well.
Yeah, the 135 doesn't bother me at all in this. Especially on the nose, if you were to give this to me and I just, smelled it, I wouldn't think it was 135. I'd probably tell you this is 100 proof, to be honest. Yeah, that's really good.
That Buffalo Trace, sweet Kool-Aid, grape Kool-Aid note, and they're all day long.
I'm trying to pick out something that's like an imperfection, something that's kind of off-putting.
Not even drying on the palate either.
No.
It's savory, actually. It's kind of making my mouth water. Doing the exact opposite.
It's very, very good. And for 135, sometimes I expect there to be a little bit of like we talked about, a little bit of punch that kind of just, says, that's too strong. But not the case.
And I will tell you the thing I like about this one, this is a front palate pour to where as soon as it hits your mouth, the flavor starts to explode.
Yeah. I wish it stuck around a little bit longer.
Yeah, I will say the finish is not that long, but look here, for an LE release and a solid pour, this one definitely delivers on what it's trying to get there. So we can talk a little bit about the specs on the bottle. This is really only supposed to be a $99 bottle. So that's a good thing. I did pay $200 for this, and I'm not mad at it because I'm really happy to own this bottle because I know how hard it is to get. And keep in mind, I know it's in Tennessee. I don't know if it got distributed in Virginia, it was on shelves in Virginia, but I think there might be 3 or 4 states where this is distributed outside of getting it at the lottery, at the distillery. So unfortunately, I wish I could say I was in love with the distribution of this, but I think they're going to ramp up even more. But you're talking about this thing has to be very, very low on the availability. The price on this thing, if you can get it at MSRP a little bit above, fantastic. Flavor inside this bottle, fantastic. So if you want to do some rankings, I throw it out there. Availability, I'm sorry, I got to put it like at a 3 just because it's hard to get, but I think it's going to ramp up as it goes along. It's Sazerac. They're not going to turn down money, but they will still keep it limited to make you chase for it.
Yeah.
Then what's inside the bottle, 8.5. And then value, man, I want to put it at a 10 if you can find it at that price. So I still think this thing is a solid 8 for me. Really good 8.
Yep, all things considered, availability, taste, and value. Like you said, availability brings it way down. I think I'm an 8 on this one overall. Yeah. What's inside the bottle, like you said, is just, it's very, very, very good. And it's a treat to have this one. So certainly appreciate you bringing it by. So that wraps it up. If you don't mind, go ahead and like, subscribe, and smash that bell. When you smash the bell, it's going to let you know that we've uploaded new content. Henry, thanks for bringing this one by.
Thank you for having me, and we'll see you guys on the next pour.